do you own an iColor 560 white toner printer? And have you been making some really cool projects? Only to realize that you can't cut any of them. Maybe you have a Cricut and you've been trying to figure out how to cut those projects. Well, I know I have, and I can tell you that Cricut isn't compatible with iColor. But guess what? The Cameo is compatible with the iColor 560, so I decided I had to get one. The iColor has some amazing features that let you create some really unique and creative projects, ones that small business owners and Etsy sellers would absolutely benefit from. And having both the Cameo and the iColor opens the door to some seriously amazing things. There are so many iColor projects that you'll want to make, and being able to contour cut them is a game changer. So what is contour cut? A contour cut means cutting precisely around the shape of your printed design instead of just doing a basic square or rectangle. So now you might be thinking, but can't Cricut contour cut too? Yes, but here's the catch. With Cricut, your design has to be printed through Cricut's print then cut feature. So if you print directly from your iColor, you can't then load that onto the Cricut to contour cut, but you can with the Cameo. So to do this, you'll need to upgrade your Cameo software to the business edition. I believe it's around $60, but we'll find out shortly. So that upgrade lets you create registration marks on your iColor projects, then export the file to ProRIP Essentials, print from the iColor, and then you can cut on the Cameo. So I just bought the Cameo and I received it today, and I'm so excited to dive in and start creating some new content for you. I'll be sharing the full unboxing, the setup. Hey guys, I'm Tori. Welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and open it up. We can go ahead and take off the blue tape. Take this off. Slide it back. We'll go ahead and take off the tape. Plug this part right into here. This one will go into the outlet, and this one's going to go into the side right over here. The USB can go right over there as well. These are the two tool holders. This is called carriage 1, carriage 2. This one on the left, carriage 1, is where you'll put your standard tools like the auto blades, sketch pens, other basic cutting blades. So this is basically your go-to everyday cutting and drawing tool. Carriage 2, this one is supposed to be more powerful. It's designed for tools that need extra force, like 3mm craft blade, rotary blade, or the punch tool. So if you're working with thicker materials like leather, craft foam, this would be your best friend. It comes with this tool, and you'll notice that it is marked by saying 1. And so all the tools either say 1 or 2, so you know exactly which carriage it goes into. And then it comes with these little plastic pieces. So these are the tool adapters, and this one is for the ratchet blade. So you would put the ratchet blade in here, it would attach, and then you would just close it. This one is sketch pen, and this is fabric blade for deep cut blade or premium blade. And then again, these also have numbers on them, so these all go to 1. So it comes with the auto blade, and all you do is place it in here. And let me move this down so you can see how I am inserting it. When you place this in here, this metal part will go back here. You'll want to push it down, and then you want to push this in so it'll snap. And then you'll see here that it is completely attached. There's no gap or anything like that. So this is now inserted, and this pulls all the way out. It does not detach, but it is retractable. This opens up, and you can place extra tools or any accessories in here. And let's see, pull it up like that. And then you can also have this out so you have extra support. We're gonna go ahead, place that back in. We're gonna install the software, and we're gonna get started. So we're gonna head on over to silhouetteamerica.com/setup. You'll pick whichever Cameo you have. I have the Cameo 4 Plus, so we're gonna go ahead and select that. And then this will walk you through the setup as well, as far as how to set it up and how to download and install, how to get your free account, and also learn how to use your Silhouette. And then you're going to download the Windows 64 or the Mac, depending on what software you guys have. And then it will go ahead and it will launch the Silhouette Studio. Then we're going to connect the machine to your computer. You can use the USB cable if you need to, or you can use Bluetooth. Started, you'll want to download Silhouette Studio. The basic edition is free, but in order to print to your iColor and cut with your Cameo, you'll need to purchase the business edition, which is a one-time fee of $69.99. This upgrade allows you to create your project in Silhouette Studio and then export it as a PDF. And most importantly, it includes the registration marks, which tell your Cameo exactly where to cut. So once your design is ready and your registration marks are added, you'll export it as a PDF. Then we'll upload that PDF into ProRIP Essentials so you can print it out on your iColor printer. Alright guys, so we downloaded Silhouette Studio, we upgraded to the business edition, and now we're ready to create our first project so we can print it to the iColor. So we're going to hit design, and we're going to start by going up here, and we're going to hit this little paper icon, which is page setup. And we'll want to make sure that our machine is set up. So I have the Cameo Plus, I have that. I know a lot of times people just set it at Cameo, and that's fine as well. And the feed type, I'm using manual, cutting mat 15 by 15. And then the media size for today's project is 8.5 by 11. So the next part is super important, and it's honestly one of the main reasons that we need Cameo for this is the registration marks. The next thing we need to do is add the registration marks, and this part is super easy. All you have to do is hit the letter M on your keyboard, and there they are. You can see that it looks like a little fence, like a little woven fence. You can see at the top and at the bottom. So these little marks are basically Cameo's way of knowing exactly where to cut your design once it's printed. So if you're planning to print with the iColor and cut with the Cameo, these are absolutely essential. Next, we need to go ahead up to view, and we're going to show cut borders. This defines the area that Cameo will recognize as a safe cut. So think of it like a boundary box. So your entire design, including any images, SVGs, or whatever you upload, needs to fit neatly inside that space. And it's super important that nothing touches or covers the registration marks or the borders, because if it does, it'll just throw it off. It'll throw off the entire cut, and honestly, it probably won't cut. Go ahead, you can hit open here, or you can go file, open. I'm just going to click here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do like this little note card. Obviously it's a little bit too big, so I'm just going to select all and then just drag it in the corner and make it smaller. So let's just drag this here, keep doing that. And if you'll notice, because this image was bigger than the 8.5 by 11, Silhouette automatically adjust your page setup. So over here we had 8.5 by 11, so it went ahead and it changed it to a custom, like a 15 by 15 or 12 by 12. The other thing that it does is when it changes the media size to match your project that you uploaded, you'll notice it got rid of our registration marks. So that's something that happens, and you have to make sure to re-add them. So we're just going to hit M. Then we want to change it back to 8.5 by 11. So what I'm going to do in this project is just delete the background, because I just want to have these little note cards printed, and then I don't need the back either. Remove those and just click on it. The next thing I want to do is select this, and I'm going to hit duplicate, drag it down, and let's do that again. So duplicate, and we're going to drag that down as well. Now you also want to be aware of the surroundings, so you cannot have this too close to the cut lines or to the registration marks, or you'll have an issue once it goes ahead and tries to cut on Cameo. This one is all done because I just really wanted to focus today on how you can export PDFs to ProRIP Essential. So we're just doing a super easy project. So we need to right click and ungroup. So everything has to be ungrouped in order to go to the next step, and ungroup. So that should be good. We're going to hit send. We'll need to go ahead and select this entire project, and then down here you see this outline of this right here. This, if I click here, will get rid of everything on the inside, and we're just letting Silhouette know that we just want to cut the border and not anything inside. So when we click that, then now you will see those red marks, and those are the cut lines. So now this will just cut the little note card and not anything on the inside. I like to save it first before we export it. Reason being is if you end up exporting it and you print it on the iColor and then you don't cut it right away, you don't lose what you did. So it's always good just to save it so you can go back and do that later. So we're just gonna hit save as to the hard drive. So now is the fun part. We're gonna go ahead, hit file, save, and we are going to export this as a PDF. So we're gonna go down here, change the file type to PDF, and then we're gonna hit OK. And that already exists, so let me replace that. Now we are in ProRIP Essentials and we're ready to import the PDF that we just exported from Silhouette Studios. So you would click here, import graphic or file import. You'll notice that it says PDF file password protected. So even though we didn't add a password, sometimes Silhouette adds hidden security settings that ProRIP can't read. So this is super easy. I'm going to show you how to fix that if you do get that error. So we're just going to go ahead and hit OK, get out of there. And the next thing we need to do is just open the PDF that you downloaded, and we're going to go up here and hit menu, then print, and we're going to change this to a Microsoft print to PDF. You always want to make sure that your orientation, whether it's portrait, landscape, matches what you have in Silhouette. Also, you want to leave this as actual size because you adjusting any of that will make it different than what is in Silhouette, and you may have issues with it cutting as well. So now we're ready to go ahead and hit print, and we're going to click here and select Microsoft Print to PDF, and then we're going to select print, and then you'll want to go ahead and label it and save it back to your desktop. So the reason that saving it in Microsoft PDF works versus the Silhouette Studio is because Microsoft tool flattens and it simplifies the file, resolving those issues. Now we're ready to go back to ProRIP Essentials, and we're going to upload that new PDF. And now we have no issues at all. Go ahead and make sure the media size matches, which it does, it's letter. We're gonna make sure the print mode is generic CMYK. And again, the resolution is 600 by 600. Change the tray to bypass. Paper type, we're going to do cardstock, and toner is CMYK. We'll wanna make sure that our toner matches exactly what this image has. So it'll be cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. We're gonna go ahead, change that, and then we're gonna hit print. And just pop this open, and we need to remove the white toner. We're gonna go ahead and replace it with black toner. Super easy. Place it in there, close it up. And now we're ready to head on over to the Cameo to cut it. So we're gonna go ahead and place it on the mat. What you wanna do is make sure that you put this on exactly how you see it in the dashboard. Here is how I have it on the mat. And you can see like I left a little space here and on the top, just like they did in the dashboard. So you're gonna press the load button, and this has to line up like where that line is. So you can see here that has to line up. So right now that is reading the registration marks. It'll start here and it'll go down here and then it goes up to the corner and then it's gonna go ahead and cut it. So what do you guys think about iColor being able to print over on Cameo? Is that something that you guys are interested in? I would love to know. These turned out really good. Of course, they're a little too small, but I just wanted to create a sample to give you guys an idea of what can be done. So let me know if that is something that you guys are interested in as far as exporting PDFs over to ProRIP Essential. So comment below, let me know what you guys think. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.